ito lang, ano lang to, plugging lang to. So yun, so meron kami mga bagong lenses. So yung kanina ginamit ni Romeo Ocon to shoot that bird was a 500mm super telephoto lens. So doon naman sa mga interested sa photography, we also have these new lenses, new models coming out. Actually, na-launch na siya last year, early this year. Pero ang pinaka-excited ako dyan is this one, yung sa 8-15 fisheye. So you heard naman about fisheye lenses, diba? So basically, imagine mo nasa loob ka ng fishbowl, ganoon yung itsura ng mundo. So doon sa 8-15 na fisheye, ito yung view nun. So ano yung bilog na yun? That's actually the horizon. So imagine nyo paano siya sinut. So ang ginawa dyan, yung photographer nakahiga siya. So tapos yung 180 degrees view ng horizon, nakuha niya, kaya bumilog. And that's the sky. That's the sky sa middle. What if you're using a crop sensor? Ano yung crop sensor? Basically, it's yun, sa amin sa Canon, 70 and below. Kasi sabing crop sensor, hindi siya full frame, meaning hindi siya, mas mali siya ng konti dun sa ginagamit natin film dati, yung for example, dati bibili tayo nung Fuji film na negatives, diba? That's 35mm format. Pero for the digital cameras right now, yung iba medyo mas maliit ng konti. So if you're using a crop sensor, ganito yung itsura. So does that limit your creativity dahil hindi na siya full frame? Not necessarily. So if you're using an 1100D, pwede mo pa rin gawin yan. Diba? So ito photography pa rin to. Pero if mag-search kayo online, meron may mga shots na ganito na video. So imagine niyo kung gaano maganda makita yun. Another advantage of using a DSLR for shooting video is the resolution and the depth of field. So for those na medyo techie at saka yun medyo into photography, pag sinabing depth of field, pag shallow depth of field, basically blurred yung background, yung subject, malinaw. Pag deep depth of field, so malinaw yung subject mo, and then also malinaw din yung background mo. In this case, nakita nyo kung gaano ka-blurred yung background. So yan ang tawag dyan, bokeh. Japanese word siya, bokeh. Ewan ko. So, hindi ko alam kung paano siya pronounce. So, yun, so bokeh is a Japanese term for basically background blur. So, ang advantage niyan, if you're shooting video, pwede mong gawin yan, diba? So, before, paggamit mo lang yung video camera to shoot video, hindi mo mag-blur yung background. Dahil yun dun sa malitang sensors ng mga video camera. Pero since you're using a DSLR, mas blurred ang background dahil mas malaki yung sensor. So, yun. Ayan, yun yung mga sinasabi kong sensor sizes. For Canon, we have the full frame, we have the APS-H, and the APS-C. So you don't have to memorize it naman, pero basically, we have 3 sensor sizes for Canon. Tapos yung pala, a clarification, kasi we have nothing against Micro Four Thirds because obviously, it's for the love of photography, diba? Cameras are being bought for the love of photography. Pero yun lang, clarification for Micro Four Thirds kasi we've been always na kino-compare kami sa Micro Four Thirds. Sabi kasi nila, pag 4 thirds, mas malaki than full frame kasi 4/3, so 1 1/3. Pero actually, ang pinanggalingan ng 4 thirds na yon is yung size ng sa video camera which is 1/3. So hindi, pag sinabing 4 thirds, not necessarily mas malaki siya sa full frame. Actually, mas maliit pa nga siya doon sa smallest sensor namin. So yun yung clarification lang. Tapos yun, pag sinabi naman natin resolution, ano yun? Yun yung size ng video image mo. So basically, meron tayong standard definition, yun yung dati sa CRT TVs natin. Tapos yun yung nasa bahay natin, unless mayaman kayo, which I think medyo, ang profile natin medyo nandun sa video na yun. So HD TV kayo. Pero kung merong mas malaki ang budget, so yun, so Full HD. Yung Full HD, basically, it's 1920 by 1080. So pag nanood ka doon ng video doon, sobrang klaro. So kaya nga diba yung, I think, Blu-ray is Full HD, diba? Blu-ray. So yun. Also, recording audio. Sabi nga nila, diba, parang half of the experience of watching movies is the sound, diba? So audio. So paano ka magre-record ng audio using your DSLR? So, kung medyo techy tayo, yun. So, built-in, meron namang built-in na mic. So you can use that. Pero, ang sound nun is mono. Sabi mono, basically, one direction and basically medyo flat. Medyo flat. Pero, kung makapitan mo siya ng mic, pwede na siya maging stereo. Basically, may left-right channels ka na. So, yun yung advantage. Tapos, for those sa mga mas teching na, pwede kayong bumili ng mga attachment like this one. Merong Sennheiser na mic. Tapos, and then, may beach tech. Yung beach tech, basically, you can plug in yung mga mics na katulad nito ginagamit ko. At tawag dyan, XLR mics. So mas maganda yung quality ng video na makukuha mo dyan.
Hey guys, we are here in Nebraska at a laundromat. Why? Well, because we've been on a bus for 2 weeks and we need to do some laundry. What better place to talk about audio? We thought we'd find a nice noisy environment, talk about all the different mics we use. There's such a huge difference depending on what kind of mic you use in every situation. Right now I have 2 lav mics on, we have a shotgun on camera A, and we have an onboard mic on camera B. And even though they're only 5 feet away from me, there's such a huge difference in the audio quality. And even though they're only 5 feet away from me, there's such a huge difference in the audio quality. And even though they're only 5 feet away from me, there's such a huge difference in the audio quality. When we show up at the preps, one of the biggest things we want to keep in mind is there's generally a lot of noise and you usually want to localize the sound that you're trying to capture. If you use the onboard mic, it usually doesn't help do that very well, so what we bring is a shotgun mic. The first one is the Sennheiser MKE 400. It's great because it's so small that it really fits with the form factor of the camera and isn't very intimidating. However, if you want something that localizes the sound even better, the Rode video mic is perfect. Now, this one is a little bit larger, so it can be a little bit more intimidating. So we switch between this and the Sennheiser depending on the type of people we're working with and how close we need to be. If you really want to use a lot of natural sounds in your films, you'll notice a huge difference between the onboard mic and a shotgun mic. With the firmware update on the Mark II, what you're going to find is you now have the option for auto or manual levels. Now, what you probably already know is that manual levels are desired whenever possible because it's going to let you dial in the perfect setting in any situation. The downside, of course, is if we're shooting an event, we've got a lot of different things happening, are we really going to have time to go into the menu and switch our levels for each thing we're shooting? So for us, what that means, we'll often run a shotgun mic, and then we'll use auto levels. Now, when you're shooting outside, if you have quite a bit of wind, you'll notice that your shotgun will actually pick up some of that wind noise. So what do? We get.
Kung gusto niyo panoorin yung buong video, available siya online. So visit Canon USA. So we have audio recording, actually it's video recording tutorials available online. So you can download it on your iPhone, your iPad. So yun, so available siya. Yun din yung advantage of using Canon kasi most of the professionals, what they're using is Canon. So if kung meron kang kailangan na information, available siya online kasi most of the people are Canon users. So yun. Tapos kung gusto mo naman na medyo mas high-tech ka, so ito naman medyo professional work na talaga to. So si David Clark, ano siya, consultant siya sa China Daily News. Nasa Philippines siya. He's also the multimedia director for multimedia journalism sa Ateneo, sa ACF3, sa Konrad Adenauer Center for Journalism. So yun. So ang ginagamit na naman yung 5D niya to shoot documentaries. So ang gamit niya 5D Mark II, tapos may konti siyang loop, ang tawag ng loop, L-O-U-P-E. Yung loop, doon niya tinitingnan kasi mas malaki yung view doon sa viewfinder, di ba? And then also, yung recording ng audio niya separately. So Zoom H4n, yun yung recorder niya. So basically, separate siya na recorder for audio. So yun. So if you want to go professional, you want to be more, mas maganda, mas matalas yung tunog, yun yung pwede mong gawin. And also, advantage of using a DSLR for shooting video is the low light and the high key performance. Ano ba ibig sabihin nun? So, malalaman mo kung maganda yung camera mo, kung kaya niyang mag-resolve ng kulay sa mga shadow areas. So, kung hindi maganda yung camera mo, pag zoom mo yung area na madilim, pangit na rin, di mo na siya makikita, so wala ng details. So, malalaman mo kung maganda yung camera mo, kung kaya niyang mag-shot ng picture, tapos meron pa rin detalye doon sa shadow areas. On the other end of the spectrum naman, you'll know kung maganda yung camera mo if you can shoot yung mga highlights naman, tapos may detalye rin. So, ang tawag kasi, narinig nyo na ba yung dynamic range? Basically, yung dynamic range, yun yung capacity ng camera mo to shoot yung brightest of bright and then the darkest of dark. So basically, yun yung zone. Actually, kung kilala niyo si Ansel Adams, isa siyang landscape photographer. doon siya nakilala doon sa zone system. So basically, ang 0 niya is black, ang 9 niya is white. Tapos the rest are grays. So, pag kaya ng camera mo mag-shoot ng from brightest of bright and then darkest of dark, so maganda yon.